this video. My name is Anushka Gandhi and today I'm going to talk about 5 amazing driving rules here in Canada. Now for me it's been almost a year and a half, that I've been driving here in Canada, and I still remember a certain rules which I was new to when I started driving, and these were those rules which actually amazed me. I mean, these rules are not just the rules which are like put it out there, but they're actually followed by people, and it feels very fancy and it feels very good to see how people follow them. So that's when I thought that I need to let you guys know how these rules are, what these rules are, and how they're followed here. So now, without wasting any further time, let's get started with this video. So number 1 is the stop sign. Now stop sign is basically a red board which is situated at every intersection, and every vehicle is supposed to stop there before proceeding further. Now this doesn't have to be at literally every intersection, but it is present at most of those intersections wherein there's no red light. So it's based mainly in order to maintain a traffic, not have any accidents, especially when vehicles are approaching from two opposite directions. Now this is not the only thing, but there's also something called as right of way. Now if you have a stop sign located on your side of the road and there's no stop sign on the other side of the intersection, you are the one who is supposed to stop before proceeding. And if there's any vehicle passing over, although this vehicle must have arrived after you need to give a right of way to that vehicle. So that vehicle doesn't have to stop, has to go, maintain its own speed, and you can turn or you can move ahead only when you see there's a clear traffic, only when you see there's no one around. There's also something called as four-way stops, wherein like you would see 4 roads approaching, and there's an intersection of 4 different roads, and this will have the stop sign would function based on the first come first serve basis. So if 4 vehicles seem to approach at this intersection simultaneously, you would have to figure it out who came in first, and the person who came first at the stop sign, the person who stopped first at the stop sign, has the right to leave first from the stop sign. So it's very systematic. It might sound confusing, but it is so systematic. I will try to put a video out there if I find so. If I don't, please go ahead and search it online. It looks very fancy and it maintains the traffic. It works very well. So number 2 are the roundabouts. Now this was a complete new term for me because I never heard of it before. What I would call it back in my country in India was the circle. So circle say right, circle say left. That was what I used to call it back in the time when I was in India. Well, roundabout is a circular intersection of multiple roads. Now they could be 3 roads or 4 roads all together, wherein you would see the traffic moving in one direction. Now you can enter from one part of the circle, like move around and then exit to the other. Now the only rule here is you have the right of way when you enter the circle. Now once you are inside the roundabout, you have the right of way, and you don't have to stop inside. You have to maintain the same pace and exit wherein you're supposed to. The person who is trying to enter the roundabout has to give a right of way to the person who is already in the roundabout. So this was something was like very amazing for me. I found it very different. But roundabout is something which was unique. I'd never seen before, although I had seen something similar, but this systematicness was something which struck me. So number 3 is merging with the highway roads. Now when I learned driving, although I used to drive back in India, but when I actually drove here, I initially started driving only in the city roads, and I never drew in the like on the highway roads. So that was something which scared me a lot, only because the speed limit was very high. In terms of the city roads, the speed on the highways are usually 90 kilometers per hour to 120 kilometers per hour, so which is actually a good speed for someone like me. So when I first time saw how to merge with a highway, it actually gave me a I actually happened to miss a heartbeat, because usually on a city road you have a speed of 50 kilometers per hour to 60 kilometers per hour, and then when you're supposed to merge with a highway, you need to raise your vehicle speed and match it with the speed of the vehicles on the highway. So you're supposed to like raise your vehicle speed and bring it up to 90 kilometers per hour, and that's when you have to merge together with the highway. Now you don't have a long space there in order to like take your time and speed up your vehicle. No, you just get a small, like a very small lane wherein you just have to like speed it up and merge in, because the lane which enters the highway also ends very soon, so you have to do all of it very quick. Now this merging of roads was something which was very new for me, and it definitely caught my attention. Number 4 is the school bus crossing. Now if you happen to see a school bus which is stopped, so if you see a stopped school bus with its red lights flashing, you need to stop, regardless of where you are. If you're driving behind the school bus or if you're approaching from the opposite direction, if you see a school bus which is stopped and which has those red lights flashing, you need to stop. The traffic from both the sides have to stop until the school bus stops flashing those red lights and moves ahead. It's only because by this the school bus allows the children inside the bus to get off the bus and pass or go approach their houses. So it's basically to let them cross the road, move around, approach their houses without any difficulty. So until and unless these kids get out of their school buses, reach their home, you are not supposed to move. You're supposed to stay at a safe distance away from the school bus. So this was something which I'd never seen before. Literally, such a strict rule, such an obedient crowd I had never seen before, and this was something which literally amazed me, and I really felt good while doing it myself. So yeah, I mean, school bus rule is something which is really needed, especially for the safety of kids who travel away from their to go to their schools. Number 5 is the ambulances right of way. Now this is something I guess is followed all over the world. Everyone, literally every country follows this rule and is supposed to stop or give a way to an ambulance which has a patient inside. But the only thing which struck me, or which like stood differently about this rule here in Canada, was that how genuinely people follow this rule. I mean, even if you see an ambulance approaching the same road where you are in from a far distance, people here tend to stop at that very particular moment. This is just very, very mesmerizing, very nice to see that how people respect the right of way of ambulance and the intensity of the situation. Besides this, there's also a second reason to it, is that the traffic rules here are very strict, and if you do not happen to give a way to the ambulance or any emergency services, you will be fined. So it's very common here that an ambulance is followed by a police car. So if a police happens to see you not giving a way to the ambulance, you will be caught, you will be fined, and you will be in trouble. So for all different reasons, people here genuinely follow this rule, and it's very nice to see how people are concerned. So I think, yeah, I mean, that's all about today. I mean, these are the 5 things which amazed me about driving, although there are like lot more. But I think these are the 5 main things which I thought stood differently in terms of Canadian driving rules. I hope you found this video informative. If you did so, please consider to subscribe to my channel. I've seen a lot of you watching my content and not liking it, not sharing it, not subscribing. It makes me sad. I mean, come on, how much time even it takes to just hit a red button? I mean, do it. It's for free. Just do it. Okay, so we'll see you back in my next video. Until then, you have a wonderful day. Bye.